Hi, I'm Tim Burrows with 1266 Communications. You would never send a brand new police officer out on the street without first giving them training in the tools that you are equipping them to do their jobs. You would never give them a firearm and tell them, go ahead, go be a police officer. You would never transition your service from one pistol to another without giving the entire department training. Every single tool that your department has at its disposal for serving the community requires some degree of training. And the reason we do that is it effectively reduces liability and risk. But it seems there's a lot of departments that haven't seen the tool of social media or proper communications training in the same way as reducing risk and liability. We wrongly look at our younger generation and assume since they've been brought up in this digital age, they can just use the tools. We automatically just assume they can do social. Here's the reality. I can cook a killer steak dinner, but Gordon Ramsay is never going to hire me to be one of his chefs. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you understand all the intricacies that make it work properly and effectively. Further, the way a person uses social media in their personal lives is greatly different than how they should be using it in a professional life, especially for law enforcement. Even how one agency can use social media in comparison to another agency can vary greatly. What works for one doesn't necessarily work for the other. When social media is not used properly, the damage that can occur to a law enforcement agency could take years to overcome. We've seen on the news that every single rank is impacted by this. Every rank has been fired or disciplined in some form or another from their improper use of social media, or their lack of understanding how the tools actually work. And at the same time, we've seen agencies have incredible connections with their communities when they've taken the time to train their people, when they've taken the time to use the tools effectively to build relationships and trust. The relationships that have been built, the trust that has been established, and the legitimacy of that agency that's been created within their community has been envied by other cities and agencies. All credible training will come with benefit and value. But when you receive training that's been specifically designed for your needs, your demographics, and your resources, the value is exponential. And that's exactly what I provide. My training is specifically designed for your needs, your demographics, your agencies. The training that's been designed goes beyond just what law enforcement is using for social media, but it looks at marketing, sales, and other industries that are leading the way in the use of these tools to connect and build relationships with their communities. Simply put, you get the best training. I welcome you to email or call to take the next step to ensure that your agency and your personnel get the best training possible for the tools that they are using.